What's good, my man in society? It is your host with the most, Shadow Loke, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Now, what I wanted to talk about was a question revolving the whole YouTube drama, right? But this is not talking about the direct individuals involved or nothing of with the Cheese Man, right? But overall about the situation, right? Because I was asked, well, who's the real victims here, right? The girl lied, so it's not fair, that individuals get the heat when women manipulate. If they say that they lied about their age or fake IDs or whatever the stories are, right? Because truly nobody knows except the people that were involved, what the true story is, right? um of however it went down, right? But overall, let's just say, does that make you a chomo or does that make you a pedophile? No, it doesn't. Pedophile is and it has nothing to do with age either, right? Obviously those who are attracted to, like, let's say, toddlers, or infants, like really really small kids, right? Now with them there's something really screwed with them, right? But now when we're talking about somebody who's trying to groom um teenagers, right? um for example, now, regardless of how you see the situation of the women, um the girl lying about her age, you are able to tell when you're talking to a child compared to when you're talking to somebody who's of age. um it's a lot more easier if you have kids to better understand what I'm talking about, right? But those who have kids will get what I'm talking about, right? Their mannerisms, their lingo, their overall mentality, um, their overall persona would be setting off alarms in your head, like this person acts childish, even if, let's say, if they act mature for their age, right? The fact that they're still minors, you it you'll be able to see the child in them, right? They just can't help it because of the hormones, right? They just can't help but to control their emotions. They're very emotionally unstable, right? When we're talking about, you know, those that time frame, right, of the puberty, right? That's when kids let their emotions get the best of them. They base all their decisions based on emotions, right? That's why they tend to blow everything out of proportion, right? Even the most smallest things is like the world is coming to an end. They don't know, one day they like this, then the next day they don't know what they want, right? It's chaotic time, right, dealing with these new hormones. um, that's why parents are supposed to be there to guide the child. um, and that's why they're still considered children, right? Because even though she consented, right? So it wasn't a rape or he forced her or nothing like that, right? Both parties, agreed. But the thing is that even though they agreed, if her parents wanted to press charges because she is a minor, then he would get arrested. And regardless if she wanted to and she gave her consent, it doesn't matter because she's still a minor that the parents could press charges. And the law, that's just how the law works. The law's not going to care about lying about age and ID. See, the thing is that people treat relationships and sleeping with other people like if it's the thing to do, like if that's the norm, right? Like just to be having random sex with random people, and like if it's nothing, because society has painted it that way. But truth of the matter is that you have to do you have to get to know the person before you move ahead. You know, because you just never know, right? Now people could be like, "Oh, that's stupid. Nobody really does that." Yes, that's why you get all these fucked up situations. That's why you get all this baby mama drama and all these girls coming out pregnant, and it was just a one night stand, and that's why all this drama occurs. Because when you're dealing with something, as that has to do with a lot of emotions, like sleeping with somebody, right? um Playing with people's emotions, bro, is not the business, right? um it's very important you get to know the person before anything, right? You just never know. And like I said, red flags will be right off the bat. Red flags would be popping up, especially if you get them pregnant, right? So meaning you were dating. Um, their mentality, it would just like ring off like some alarms, right? Like the, you would catch like things that are just didn't seem right. Now, if you choose to ignore those things, right? Or maybe deep down inside you realize something, but you're like, ah, fuck it, who cares? She said she was this age anyway, so for all nobody would truly know the real story except the individual. Um, but like I said, going based off of human behavior and studies, you know, you're you're able to see when somebody is aware, right? But they just want to play the part like they're clueless, and people can't even say that that's dumb because it does occur. And like I said, even if somebody is like let's say developed, right? Nonetheless, the fact that they're still 16, they're still gonna look young though. Even if they look older than their age, they're still gonna look, very young. Where you're like, as somebody who's, like 30 or 40, that you should be like, hey, well, how old are you really? Especially with all this shit that you see, happening all around. Now, if you choose not to do that, if you choose to just be like, fuck it, who cares? Nobody really asks for IDs. Then when shit like this happens, should have done your homework, bro. You see why it's important not to just, dismiss or act like all of this shit is normal? That you get yourself in a fucking situation like this. Because it's not just normal like that, bro. You're supposed to get to know somebody before you sleep with them. As cheesy and corny as that sounds. Because a lot of things could happen. They could get pregnant, you catch a sexually transmitted disease. You truly don't know, right? So that's a big leap that you're taking, right? Because even with protection, you just never know, right? There's always that one possibility, right? So, are you sure you really want to sleep with this person? Because they could, get pregnant, and then what, right? Do you see yourself, being with this person? Because, like I said, it's not just cool to have, kids all over the damn place, right? Yeah, kids growing up without their parents, it creates, very, troubled individuals, you know, when people, continue these kind of cycles. Um, because truth of the matter is that these types of behavior weren't supposed to be normalized, but because of how society is now, right? It's like they try to normalize it, right? It's kind of seen like normal for people to, act that way or behave that way when it's not. You know what I mean? Especially how everything now is sexualized. Um, Now you can say, "I get the fuck out of here with that shit" or whatever, bro. But that's truth of the matter is, this is real shit, bro. Because all of those decisions hold weight to them. That's why children can't handle those kind of situations and scenarios, and they go crying to their parents because they don't know what to do. Yeah, exactly. Still kids. You know what I mean? You know, they went from acting like they're all grown up to now like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, you're not as grown up as you think you are. You know, but you can't be so hard on the child because of their mentality. Like, because of these hormones, because of the situation. That with these individuals, you can see why they would have made that mistake. But somebody whose brain, that part of the brain, has already developed and understands the magnitude of scenarios, right? Somebody who's of age, they already are aware of all of this, yet they still choose to, go about the business. While a kid is not aware of the, repercussions for their actions and their decisions. You get the difference? It's the mentals. Um, So when people be like, no, it doesn't make you a chomo, right? Chomos is like if they have a pattern for seeking out younger people and they prey on them, right? Um, but now, individuals still, nonetheless, making mistakes like this, you know, regardless of how people want to spin the narratives, at the end of the day, if the parents wanted to press charges, they would get arrested and they would get, the law will come down hard on them, bro. Because regardless of how you feel about being lied to or whatever, you should have done your homework at the end of the day because you're the adult. You know, you understand the decisions you're making. You know, these individuals, even though they're 16 or 17 or whatever, and they act like they're all grown-ups or whatever, they can't juggle their emotions, bro. They just think like they know what's up, bro, but they truly don't. Now, I could understand why people's egos, right? Because you're stubborn and people want to be like, nah, well, fuck that. If they want to act like grown-ups, then they got to face the consequences. You get what I'm saying? It's like, you're not understanding that the mental, bro. I suggest you do some research on how the brain works and, to get a better understanding of the situations. And then maybe like that, you would grasp, um, these situations, right? If people better had an understanding of the psychology behind things because it plays a big factor. But overall, that's just my opinions. What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments. I'm Shadow. We out.